Have you ever wondered what would happen if we stopped seeing plastic waste as a problem and started seeing it as a possibility? In a world overwhelmed by pollution, there are a few visionaries, gardeners, artists, designers who've decided to fight back. Not with protests or policy, but with color, nature, and imagination. In this video, you're about to enter a different kind of world. A world where arches are made of soda bottles, where domes blossom with edible greens, and where rainbows grow from recycling. What you'll see isn't just DIY gardening. This is sculpture with purpose. It's engineering made emotional. And it's proof that even what's broken, forgotten, or thrown away can be transformed into something breathtaking. You'll walk through spirals of living green, pass under tunnels made of trash, and watch flowers bloom from plastic that once choked the earth. These aren't just installations, they are living statements. From small balcony bridges to towering geometric domes, this journey will open your eyes to what's possible when we combine creativity with care for our planet. So grab your curiosity, and maybe your compassion too, and prepare to be inspired. Because by the end of this video, you won't just see plastic bottles the same way again. You might not see the world the same way either. One, curved harmony in bloom. In the heart of a serene garden, an undulating arch rises gracefully from the earth. A living sculpture formed entirely from repurposed yellow plastic bottles. The structure's flowing, wave-like silhouette offers a dynamic rhythm that both echoes and contrasts the natural surroundings. Its bold form serves not only as an artistic centerpiece, but as a testament to sustainable creativity. Each curve of the arch is meticulously constructed by interlocking dozens of uniformly colored plastic bottles, offering structural integrity and a unified visual language. The arc climbs and descends in a soft serpentine motion, creating a natural tunnel that invites exploration, passage, or quiet admiration. The vibrant yellow base gives a cheerful tone, while reinforcing the ecological message hidden beneath the design. Flourishing over and around the structure, a dense mat of flowering vines transforms the synthetic frame into a living, breathing organism. Purple blooms burst through gaps, weaving between the bottles and softening the bold geometry with gentle organic textures. The result is a powerful fusion between man-made and botanical, reuse and rebirth. Functionally, the arch serves as a trellis for climbing plants, a shaded walkway for garden visitors, and a playful landscape element that sparks conversation and curiosity. It introduces vertical greenery to flat lawns and transforms waste into wonder. Children may run beneath it, gardeners may train vines along it, and artists may find inspiration in its form. This unique arched form not only highlights the potential of recycled materials, but also celebrates the interplay between function, form, and nature. It encourages communities to reimagine what waste can become and how design can elevate even the humblest objects into lasting, living art in the garden. Two, heart arch of reuse. A radiant heart-shaped arch stands proudly in the midst of a garden path, glowing with passion, color, and purpose. Crafted entirely from vibrant red recycled plastic bottles, the structure embodies the fusion of environmental consciousness, and artistic ingenuity. Each bottle, once discarded, has been meticulously arranged to form the arch's curves, giving it both a playful elegance and a compelling texture. Nestled between the rows of red plastic, lush floral arrangements bloom with intention. Deep red roses, purple asters, and passion flowers bursting from the structure with organic vibrance. These natural elements soften the artificial material, creating a harmonious contrast that catches the eye and draws visitors in with warmth and beauty. The heart shape is more than decorative. It speaks of care for nature, for sustainability, and for human creativity. As sunlight filters through the translucent bottles, the arch glows from within, casting a warm red hue on the ground below. It becomes a portal, both literal and symbolic, inviting people to walk through an expression of love reborn from waste. The repetition of multiple heart arches along the path creates a rhythmic journey of color and emotion, making the garden feel alive with sentiment and wonder. Functionally, this arch serves as an entryway to themed garden areas, a photo spot for visitors, and a climbing frame for seasonal flowering vines. It brings value not only as art and recycling, but as an interactive garden element that encourages participation and reflection. This creation is a powerful reminder that beauty and function can emerge from materials often overlooked. Through creative reuse, even waste can bloom into symbols of joy, love, and environmental transformation. Three, spiral flow of nature. A mesmerizing spiral structure rises from a bed of blooming roses, blending fluid movement with recycled ingenuity. Formed entirely from transparent plastic bottles of various hues, turquoise, amber, and smoky blue, the arched form twists gracefully like a flowing ribbon frozen in midair. This sculptural garden element embodies transformation, where waste materials become a living celebration of motion and life. Each bottle is positioned to emphasize the spiral's rhythm, its bottoms facing outward to form a pattern resembling clustered flowers or fish scales. The shifting colors catch and refract sunlight, giving the structure a luminous, almost ethereal glow. Rather than being hidden, the bottle's texture and transparency are embraced as aesthetic strengths, turning an everyday object into a tool of wonder. Weaving throughout the arch, vibrant green vines with heart-shaped leaves bring softness and vitality. Purple morning glory flowers climb freely, bursting through gaps and curling along the curves. This dynamic fusion of nature and reuse creates a harmony between structure and growth, plastic and plant life. The spiral arch serves both form and function. It acts as a trellis for climbing flora, a sculptural divider between garden spaces, and a vertical planting surface in limited areas. Its shape draws visitors inward, inviting them to follow the flow and pause beneath its curling canopy. Whether admired from afar or explored up close, the installation sparks curiosity and reflection. More than just a recycled art piece, the spiral showcases how thoughtful design can turn discarded material into interactive garden architecture. It stands not only as a celebration of sustainability, but as a visual metaphor for nature's own patterns of growth, renewal, and continuous movement. 4. Swing under bottle arch. A gentle arc made entirely of recycled plastic bottles rises gracefully in a sun-dappled garden, framing a wooden swing that hangs like a childhood memory suspended in time. The arch is constructed from dozens of transparent bottles, their rounded bases facing outward like sculpted petals. Speckled with blue, red, and green pigments, The structure resembles a mosaic that dances with sunlight. This upcycled arch is more than a decorative element. It's a harmonious blend of sustainability and play. The bottles, once waste, have been arranged with precision and purpose, creating a strong yet airy form that supports both plants and people. From its crown hang lush ferns in symmetrical pots, their vivid green fronds cascading in contrast to the clarity of the plastic frame. The swing beneath offers both relaxation and function, inviting visitors of all ages to engage with the installation. Whether used for a moment of rest or joyful motion, it brings the garden to life, reinforcing the idea that reuse can be interactive, not just visual. The bottles not only form the arch's backbone, but also contribute a subtle environmental message. They represent a choice, transforming what would pollute into something that uplifts. In this structure, play and sustainability meet in a form that feels natural yet imaginative. As the sunlight shifts throughout the day, the bottles glow with scattered color, casting patterned shadows across the ground. The entire installation becomes a living part of the garden, evolving with light, movement, and growth. It is a quiet celebration of circular design, one where nature, repurposed materials, and human joy coexist beneath a canopy born from creativity and care. Five, Emerald Passage from Waste. Towering green arches line a winding garden path, forming a dramatic gateway into a world where nature and reuse exist in perfect harmony. Built entirely from recycled green plastic bottles, these Gothic-inspired structures rise like leafy spires, their pointed forms echoing the shapes of cathedral arches or the emerging shoots of giant plants. The design draws the eye upward, inviting visitors to marvel at how beauty can spring from waste. Each arch is composed of hundreds of green bottles, precisely arranged so their forms resemble overlapping leaves. Their transparency and shape catch the light, mimicking the glow of foliage when sunlight filters through. From a distance, the repetition of the arches creates a tunnel effect, pulling the visitor deeper into the vibrant floral surroundings. The arches don't just act as visual highlights. They function as structural trellises, supporting flowering vines and climbing plants. As the seasons change, these arches transform, covered in new growth, blossoms, or trailing leaves. This fusion of living plants and plastic forms a breathing architecture, alive, evolving, and anchored in ecological storytelling. This installation serves as an elegant solution for public gardens and parks, where form meets utility. The green hues of the bottles blend seamlessly into the natural backdrop, while their assembly into archways gives visitors an interactive spatial experience. It's not just a walk through a garden. It's a journey through intentional design, environmental awareness, and regenerative beauty. More than a passageway, this emerald corridor stands as a bold declaration. Sustainability can be structural, imaginative, and emotionally stirring. It invites us to rethink consumption, appreciate repetition in design, and embrace creativity as a bridge between human waste and environmental wonder. Six, Recycled Tunnel of Green. A captivating tunnel winds through the garden, composed entirely of layered recycled plastic bottles and cloaked in climbing vegetation. The circular arches repeat with rhythmic precision, forming a passageway that feels both futuristic and organic. This structure, with its perfect cylindrical shape, is not just a sculptural feature. It's a living corridor where sustainability and design walk hand in hand. Thousands of transparent and blue-tinted plastic bottles form the skeleton of the tunnel, arranged tightly together to create strength and form. The bottle bottoms, visible and patterned, create a unique texture resembling scales or tiles, catching the light and casting delicate shadows within the archway. Above and along the sides, lush green vines cascade downward, integrating the artificial with the natural in a seamless embrace. As one moves through the tunnel, there's a sense of immersion into a green sanctuary. The echoing arches create depth and dimension, guiding the eye forward and evoking a feeling of discovery. The vines, in full bloom, soften the structured material and add life, movement, and a hint of wildness to the recycled installation. Beyond its visual appeal, the tunnel serves a multifaceted function. It provides a shaded walkway, supports vertical plant growth, and creates a microclimate that's cooler and more humid, ideal for delicate flora. It's also a powerful educational tool, demonstrating how thoughtful reuse can give discarded materials a second life with purpose and elegance. This circular archway is more than a design marvel. It is a sustainable symbol, a statement that waste can become wonder, and that even the simplest materials, when repeated with care, can form something truly monumental and alive. Seven, Infinity Arch of Renewal. A striking structure in the shape of an infinity loop rises from the lawn, crafted entirely from reused plastic bottles and teeming with lush greenery. This sculpture represents the eternal cycle of growth and regeneration, a powerful visual metaphor born from humble, discarded materials. The arch's continuous curve loops back into itself, creating an unbroken form that both grounds and uplifts. Dozens of transparent plastic bottles are tightly packed and arranged in perfect alignment, forming the backbone of this remarkable installation. Their familiar cylindrical shapes, now transformed into a graceful, sculptural framework, provide a durable and lightweight structure to support soil and vegetation. Between the bottles, trailing plants and creeping greenery spill over, softening the lines of plastic with vibrant, living contrast. As vines cascade downward and roots take hold in the crevices, the loop becomes more than just a recycled art piece. It becomes an active garden. The form invites interaction from all angles, allowing viewers to walk around it, peer through its center, and appreciate the balance between nature and design. It blends seamlessly with the open grass, making it both a statement and a complement to its surroundings. Functionally, this infinity arch serves as a raised planter with multi-directional growth potential. Its looped shape maximizes space for trailing species and ground covers while remaining visually engaging from every perspective. It encourages reflection on circularity, not just in shape, but in lifestyle. This creation stands as a symbol of endless possibility through sustainable thinking. It embodies the idea that when creativity meets care for the environment, waste can be turned into form, function, and poetic beauty, all in one timeless loop. Eighth, DNA Arch of Sustainability. Emerging gracefully above the greenery, a spiral sculpture shaped like a DNA double helix captures both sunlight and imagination. Built entirely from reused plastic bottles in translucent shades of blue and green, this structure symbolizes the fusion of science, nature, and sustainability. Its shape, elegant and mathematical, mirrors the genetic code of life, only now repurposed to speak of environmental consciousness. Each strand of the helix is made by connecting bottles end to end, twisting upward in a perfect double curve. Between them, base pairs of vertical bottle segments span across, mimicking molecular links. When the sun shines through, the sculpture glows with radiant color, casting geometric shadows across the garden bed below. It becomes not only a trellis but a beacon of innovation. This DNA-inspired arch serves as a functional support for climbing vegetables, such as beans, cucumbers, or tomatoes, turning abstract art into active agriculture. As vines grow up and around the structure, they become part of the form, blending the organic with the engineered in a living collaboration. It teaches that growth doesn't require new resources. It thrives just as well on reclaimed ones. The piece also invites reflection. In the helix lies the blueprint of life, and here that same form is used to nurture life again, from the soil up. It's a bold declaration that sustainability is not a trend, but a genetic responsibility woven into our very being. This garden element stands as a conversation piece, a plant support, and a model of eco-design. It redefines how science, art, and waste can intersect, offering inspiration, education, and functionality in one transformative twist. Nine, Rainbow Arch of Reuse. A radiant arch bursts forth from the garden pathway, made entirely of colorful plastic bottles arranged in joyful symmetry. Towering over a raised bed of greenery and flowers, this rainbow-shaped installation transforms discarded materials into a spectacle of color, creativity, and sustainable function. Its vivid hues instantly capture attention, inviting visitors to walk beneath a bridge of reclaimed beauty. Each layer of the arch features rows of repurposed bottles, red, yellow, green, blue, and clear, strategically aligned to mimic the arc of a rainbow. The curvature, both gentle and grand, creates a welcoming gateway that energizes the surrounding space. The contrast between the synthetic arch and the lush planter it frames is not stark, but synergistic, a celebration of how human innovation can enhance natural spaces. Beyond its visual impact, the arch serves a deeper purpose. It functions as an educational landmark, a community gathering point, and a shaded walkway that encourages interaction. Children delight in walking beneath it, adults pause to admire the engineering, and gardeners find inspiration in its sustainable message. The raised planter it protects thrives in its semi-sheltered position, benefiting from the filtered light and soft rain catchment. As a functional garden concept, the rainbow arch is more than decoration. It is transformation. Waste becomes wonder, color becomes connection, and structure becomes story. It reminds us that sustainability doesn't have to be dull or invisible. It can be bold, bright, and beautifully integrated into daily life. This installation stands as a symbol of community action, environmental creativity, and the magic that happens when form and function unite under the spirit of reuse. It invites all who pass through to see discarded things in a new light, colorful, hopeful, and full of purpose. Ten, Bloom Tunnel from Bottles. A vibrant tunnel stretches across a garden path, formed entirely from upcycled plastic bottles and overflowing with blooms in every shade imaginable. Arched rows of transparent bottles, tied neatly at their necks, rise above a colorful corridor of flowers. This lightweight yet durable framework forms a functional trellis that breathes new life into discarded materials while enhancing the beauty of the landscape. The repeating arches create a rhythm of form and space, drawing visitors through the floral passage like a walk into a living rainbow. Hanging baskets suspended from the top beams overflow with petunias, marigolds, and daisies, while ground beds on either side burst with sunflowers, zinnias, and lavender. The symmetry between structured plastic and organic bloom creates harmony, a fusion of human design and nature's spontaneity. The arch isn't only aesthetic, it's a garden innovation. It offers vertical growing space in areas with limited ground, supports climbing plants, and provides partial shade beneath the canopy. The bottles, originally used for consumer goods, now act as connectors and frames, proving that even the most mundane items can become integral parts of a garden's ecosystem when reimagined with purpose. Light filters softly through the clear plastic, giving a sense of openness and serenity, while the hanging plants overhead sway gently with the breeze. The tunnel offers an immersive experience, stimulating the senses with color, scent, and movement. This floral walkway serves as a model for sustainable beauty, an educational and functional garden feature that showcases reuse, community effort, and creativity. It transforms trash into tranquility and turns a simple garden stroll into an inspiring journey through innovation and growth. A blooming tunnel like this reminds us that sustainability can be joyful, abundant, and utterly enchanting. 11. Mini Bottle Bridge Planter. Perched delicately on a garden ledge, a small arched bridge crafted from repurposed plastic bottles brings whimsy and sustainability to the world of container gardening. This miniature structure, built from inverted bottle bottoms and tied together with wooden dowels and natural jute rope, forms a charming footbridge-like feature surrounded by lush, trailing greenery. Though tiny in scale, its impact is large, offering a brilliant example of how even small gestures in design can transform space and waste into something meaningful. The arch is gently curved, with each clear blue-tinted bottle arranged like cobblestones, their circular bases forming a rhythmic pattern. Above, vertical wooden pegs are strung with cord, completing the illusion of suspension. The bridge rests atop a planter where creeping plants spill over, weaving through the open frame and softening the edges with vibrant life. This bottle bridge isn't merely decorative. It functions as a raised plant channel, giving root space for herbs or ornamentals while enabling creative layering in tight balcony or patio spaces. It introduces verticality into otherwise flat planters, allowing for more diverse plant arrangements and airflow. This presence encourages reuse not just in material, but in mindset. Whether in an urban apartment or a community garden, this small arch carries a message of possibility. With simple tools and everyday items, anyone can create something beautiful, functional, and environmentally thoughtful. The bottle bridge serves as a conversation piece, a miniature monument to reuse, and a practical garden feature all in one. By integrating form and function in such a compact design, it reminds us that sustainable gardening isn't only about the grand, it's also about reimagining the small. And in that, it succeeds with quiet brilliance. 12. Spiral Chain Hanging Planter. A graceful spiral of suspended plastic bottles twists elegantly through a beam of afternoon sunlight, creating a floating vertical garden with both style and substance. This hanging planter system, crafted entirely from clear plastic bottle halves, reinvents waste into a sculptural and space-saving gardening solution, perfect for indoor corners, sunny windows, or small balconies. Each segment of the spiral is composed of an inverted bottle bottom, carefully cut, filled with soil, and secured in a continuous chain. These containers cradle succulents, miniature flowering plants, and small herbs, their green leaves and vibrant blooms cascading softly down the spiral's curve. The symmetry of the repeating shapes creates a visual rhythm that draws the eye, while the clear plastic allows light to pass through, keeping the structure light and airy. This spiral planter is more than decorative. It provides a compact solution for growing multiple plants vertically, using minimal floor space while maximizing sunlight exposure. It also encourages air circulation and makes watering easy, as moisture can drip gently downward from one planter to the next. Suspended by invisible threads or fine wire, the structure appears to float, adding a sense of elegance and lightness to its recycled origin. Perfect for apartment dwellers or eco-conscious decorators, this concept transforms single-use waste into long-lasting functionality. It is a design that balances environmental mindfulness with modern aesthetics, turning something disposable into something admired. The spiral chain hanging planter is a small act of regeneration, a reminder that beauty can be found in the simplest forms, and that sustainability doesn't need to sacrifice elegance. In its gentle spin and soft sway, it embodies the rhythm of nature reshaped by human hands, hanging quietly and blooming with purpose. (13) Zigzag blooming bottle arches. Bursting with color and creativity, a series of bold, zigzag-shaped arches made entirely from recycled plastic bottles spans across a flourishing garden path. The repeating archways rise like rhythmic waves, crafted with vibrant red, green, blue, and clear bottles interlocked into a jagged silhouette that turns plastic waste into architectural drama. Each arch is constructed with precision, forming a spiky pattern that mimics the dynamic energy of a crown or dragon spine. The design plays with symmetry and sharp angles, offering a refreshing contrast to the soft curves of surrounding flowers and foliage. Hanging baskets filled with trailing plants and vivid blooms dangle elegantly from the inner edges, blending organic life into the structure's geometric frame. Beyond its aesthetic impact, this installation serves as a multifunctional garden feature. The archways provide vertical growing space, partial shade, and support for climbing plants. Positioned along the main pathway, they create a ceremonial entrance and natural photo backdrop, drawing attention while guiding visitors through the garden's floral showcase. The playful integration of soda bottles, still recognizable with their original colors and textures, adds an element of storytelling. These materials, once disposable, now form a gateway of renewal. The design celebrates visibility and reuse. It doesn't hide the origin of its parts, but elevates them into something joyful, grand, and purposeful. Function meets fantasy in this installation. It reminds us that recycling can be expressive and that bold form can emerge from discarded function. Whether admired up close or seen in sequence from afar, the zigzag arches transform an ordinary garden walk into a vibrant, sustainable journey through color, contrast, and creativity. It's a powerful invitation to rethink waste and reimagine its beauty. (14) Spiral garden from bottles. Winding in a perfect coil upon sandy ground, a lush spiral garden emerges, formed entirely from reused plastic bottles and overflowing with greenery. This clever, concentric structure transforms waste into a living sculpture, combining functionality, geometry, and sustainability in one seamless form. Each ring of the spiral is built by tightly arranging transparent plastic bottles side by side, bottle caps facing outward like textured jewels. Inside the rows, soil and thriving plants burst through, spilling their leafy tendrils across the bottle edges. The layers rise gently from the center outward, creating a sense of movement and growth, like a green vortex spiraling upward toward the sun. Supported at intervals by simple poles, the spiral stands tall, sturdy, and stable. It invites observers to circle it slowly, appreciating the craftsmanship and the life it holds. The compact, circular layout maximizes growing space in limited areas, making it ideal for herbs, trailing vines, or compact vegetables. More than just a raised bed, this spiral serves as an educational tool, an ecological statement, and a practical design solution. It demonstrates how a simple change in layout, paired with a commitment to reuse, can result in something both beautiful and efficient. It also encourages vertical gardening, offering plants better drainage, air circulation, and varied light exposure depending on their position in the spiral. The spiral garden is a celebration of life's natural patterns, mirrored in man-made material. It proves that creativity can turn discarded bottles into something with purpose, and that even in arid or urban environments, sustainability can take root, twisting, blooming, and spiraling forward with every green leaf that grows from within. A living loop of regeneration and hope. (15) Vertical loops of growth. 3 vibrant looped towers rise from the garden bed, built from dozens of repurposed plastic bottles in every color of the rainbow. Each structure consists of 2 circular frames stacked vertically, one at the base and one at the top, connected and intertwined to form open tunnels that cradle thriving green plants within. These vertical loops offer an eye-catching and innovative way to support plant life while showcasing the power of recycled design. The bottles are arranged with their bases outward, forming ring-like patterns that resemble woven wreaths or protective cocoons. Their varied colors, shades of green, blue, red, yellow, and clear, create a playful mosaic effect, catching sunlight and casting prismatic reflections on the soil below. Inside each loop, leafy vines grow upward through the center, climbing naturally through the open frames. Functionally, these arches act as trellises for climbing vegetables such as beans, cucumbers, or squash. The circular design provides a stable yet airy framework that supports the plants while allowing light and ventilation to reach them from all sides. Their upright form saves space and turns vertical gardening into an artistic installation. The structures also serve as environmental statements. By reusing discarded plastic bottles, they demonstrate how waste can be transformed into something beautiful, structural, and ecologically beneficial. They are easy to replicate in community gardens, schoolyards, or backyard projects, empowering others to combine creativity with conservation. These vertical loops are not just plant supports, they are symbols of regeneration. They offer a harmonious balance between reuse and renewal, forming an expressive and functional part of the landscape. As the plants grow upward and around the colorful rings, nature and material fuse into one, reminding us that sustainability can grow from the ground up with color, care, and circularity. (16) Rainbow arches of reuse. 2 radiant rainbow arches stand tall in an open garden space, crafted entirely from repurposed colored plastic bottles and blooming with vibrant flowers. Each arch is a stunning display of sustainable artistry, where color, form, and flora merge into a celebration of creativity and environmental mindfulness. Arranged in precise gradients, the bottles form the iconic rainbow spectrum: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Aligned upright and outward, the bottles resemble radiant sunbeams frozen in time. Interwoven among them are fresh and artificial flowers that match the hues of each layer, blending nature with reclaimed material in perfect visual harmony. The effect is both joyful and symbolic. These arches don't merely decorate a space, they transform it. They become walk-through portals of inspiration, drawing people in and lifting their spirits with bold color and blooming life. Visitors are invited to interact, take shelter beneath their curves, or simply admire the intricate detail of each section. Functionally, these installations serve as community focal points, educational pieces, and floral trellises. They can be used in public parks, eco-festivals, or garden exhibitions to raise awareness of plastic reuse and creative recycling. They also offer an opportunity to engage the public in hands-on sustainability efforts, collecting bottles, assembling components, and planting the flowers together. More than structures, these rainbow arches are statements. They prove that beauty can rise from waste, and that design, when paired with care, can inspire collective action. Each bottle once destined for the landfill now shines with purpose, forming an arch that reaches not just across space, but across generations, with a message of hope, color, and renewal. A bridge between what was and what can be. (17) Dome Garden of Reuse. A stunning geodesic dome rises gracefully from the earth, composed entirely of transparent plastic bottles ingeniously arranged into a triangular framework. Interwoven with thriving green plants, the structure stands as both a living sculpture and a revolutionary approach to eco-conscious gardening. From its base to its rounded apex, the dome integrates nature and reuse with seamless harmony. Each plastic bottle forms part of a tessellated pattern, its base facing outward to create a crystalline texture. The bottles are connected at their caps, forming a stable and lightweight lattice that curves inward like a natural shelter. In the spaces between, soil and greenery bloom. Climbing vines trail downward while herbs, ferns, and leafy shoots push upward through the transparent segments. This dome does more than capture attention. It functions as a biodome for edible or ornamental plants. It acts as a microclimate, retaining warmth and moisture while allowing airflow and sunlight through its clear surfaces. The dome shape is not only efficient for structural strength, but ideal for distributing light evenly, helping plants grow symmetrically and healthily inside and out. Perfect for community gardens, educational spaces, or public parks. This dome invites engagement. Visitors can walk around it, admire its design, and learn from its message. Sustainability is not only necessary, it can be breathtaking. The recycled bottle dome transforms plastic waste into a thriving beacon of innovation. It blurs the boundary between architecture and agriculture, offering a template for resilient, beautiful, and circular design. A modern greenhouse made not of steel and glass, but of creativity, care, and materials once forgotten, now reborn into a dome where life and regeneration flourish in full view. (18) Rolling hills of recycled bottles. curving like gentle waves across the landscape. A series of arched tunnels made from plastic bottles forms a breathtaking garden sculpture. Each arch is composed of stacked and compressed bottles, arranged in seamless loops that rise from the earth and dip into the ground again, creating a dynamic flow that mimics rolling hills or a serpent winding through the terrain. From every dip and crest, flowers, herbs, and crops burst forth, blending utility with artistry. The bottles are arranged with their caps facing outward, forming rhythmic, repeating patterns and gradients of color. Deep blues, earthy browns, soft greens, and purples. These bottle arches are not only strong and sculptural, but also hollow, creating tunnels through which air flows and light filters, and under which curious visitors may pass or plants may grow. Above these undulating forms, the garden thrives. Bright sunflowers reach upward, wildflowers bloom in colorful clusters, and corn stalks sway gently in the breeze. The structure acts as a terrace garden, with soil and compost packed into the curves, allowing different types of plants to flourish at different heights and conditions. It's a masterpiece of vertical and layered planting design. These recycled arches transform plastic waste into organic shapes that serve real ecological function. They retain soil, reduce erosion, support biodiversity, and provide shade and protection for plants beneath. In doing so, they tell a powerful story that what is often discarded can be reborn not just into something useful, but into something beautiful. A living sculpture, a functional garden, and a statement of environmental hope. This rolling wave of reuse invites us to reimagine sustainability as an art form rooted in the earth. You've just walked through arches born from trash, wandered through domes made of bottles, and witnessed gardens growing not in spite of waste, but because of it. What we've seen together is more than a collection of art pieces. It's a movement, a mindset. Every loop, every spiral, every plastic-built tunnel reminds us what we discard still has value. What we ignore can still inspire. These projects don't require big budgets or fancy tools. They require something more rare: vision. The kind of vision that sees opportunity in what most people walk past. And now, maybe that vision belongs to you too. So look around your home. Look around your neighborhood. See that pile of bottles? That heap of containers waiting for the landfill? What if they weren't waste, but waiting to become a bench, a trellis, a rainbow arch, or a spiral of green life? This isn't just about art or gardening. This is about rewriting our relationship with what we throw away. Because change doesn't always come with noise. Sometimes it arrives quietly, through flowers growing from plastic and bridges built by hand. If this inspired you even a little, share it. Create your own. Teach a child. Show a neighbor. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Tell us which creation spoke to you the most. Until next time, keep growing beauty from the unexpected. And remember, the future isn't built from what's new. Sometimes the future is built from what we choose not to waste.